Alright, so I figured that I would post this video, and instead of having like a cheat sheet kind of in front of me with like stats and news articles and stuff, I figured I'd just speak from the heart and ramble like I normally do, um, and let you guys know like what I think that way. So I'm gonna start by saying that anybody that is still like really pissed off at Michael Vick needs to like look at it in this perspective. Um, Michael Vick was brought up a certain way and, brought up to believe certain things, and he did really, really, really horrible things to defenseless animals, and he harmed a lot of animals, and there's no excuse for that whatsoever, whether it be his upbringing or not. I feel there's no excuse for anybody to treat an animal that way. But he served time in a federal prison and has since been doing a lot of work with the Humane Society and actually showing signs of reformation. He was indefinitely suspended from the NFL and, didn't know if he was ever going to play again. And there are a lot of teams that were like, no way, there's no way we're signing this dog killer and all this and that. So, dun 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 dun, the day comes, and he's now a Philadelphia Eagle. Now, a lot of my friends know me well enough to know that I am like a big animal activist, and I was really, really, really pissed off when I found out what he did. And it's one of those things that it was really hard for me to get over, and really hard for me to look at him as a human being after finding out the things that he did. But I did a lot of thinking and realized that if I were to hold a grudge against him and be upset with him for, the rest of my life or the rest of his career or what have you, I would be a hypocrite, because I believe that people are able to reform, and I believe that people need to be given that chance. I mean, hence my stance on the death penalty. They're not given a chance of reformation, and this guy seems like he really is reforming. He knows he did something wrong. He's doing something about it, and pragmatically, all emotions aside, he's a great football player. And so, basically, to put it in the clearest and simplest terms, we got ourselves a great backup quarterback. Um, if he were to come into the Eagles and replace McNabb, then I'd be upset for other reasons, because I'm a huge McNabb supporter. I mean, he's been with the team for 11 years, and he's getting old, but he's in the best health that he's been in years, and, I think he still has many years in him. And so but to have somebody like Vick as your backup, I mean, that's that's awesome, I think. I mean, there's so many football players out there that nobody really talks about the things that they do off the field, because they're crimes against man, or they're crimes against themselves or something. And if they are talked about, they're left on the news and not on the field. I mean, I'm curious to see what happens to Stalwart. He goes and drives drunk and hits a guy and kills him, and all he gets is 24 days served in jail and 2 years house arrest, which, by the way, he's allowed to leave for training. That, I think, is... you don't want to know what I think about that. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But regardless, I mean, there are so many players that if we never gave them a chance to reform, we wouldn't have half the football players that are playing right now. So we have to stop looking at Michael Vick as a dog killer and look at him as an ex-felon who has reformed. Simple as that. That's what I think we should do. Because it's the same thing with the death penalty or murderers or anything. If you let your emotions get into it too much, then it's just not logical anymore. You know, if you let your emotions take over, then you're gonna have way too much hate and way too much against somebody that may not deserve that much hate. So yes, he did a very, very horrible thing, but I believe that he is reformed. And I, for one, being an extremely big Eagles fan, believe that he is going to be a great asset to the team. So, that is my story. If anybody would like to make a response, I am more than willing to hear any responses, comments, or videos. So, let me know what you think. See ya.